Thank you for your sentiments, Andrew. Olivia, would you like to say a word?
Yes, I would. Thank you. So, I originally had a speech written for today, but I think that I'll just speak from the heart. So, it was like a nightmare, but also a dream the way I remember it. George was my best friend and also a former lover. When I first heard the news that he died, I don't remember what I felt first. It was his mom who called me. She could barely get the words out. She choked on them through a fit of tears. There was silence on my end and wailing and sobbing on the other. I felt numb. I think that was my initial feeling or lack thereof. I think the only words I muttered were, "Thank you for telling me, Mrs. McPherson. I'm so sorry to hear that." It was like the calm before the storm for me. And Mrs. McPherson, just know that my initial reaction on the phone that day was the first of many reactions. We're all gathered here today, not only to mourn George's death, but to celebrate the life of the best human I've ever had the opportunity to know. We met in the seventh grade. I remembered coming to class late and embarrassed. I transferred in the middle of the school year, new to a different city amidst my parents' divorce. And the teacher did not look happy that I interrupted her class. But as I dug through my bag for a pencil, George held one out with a large, toothy smile and whispered, "Hair." It was a blue mechanical pencil with an eraser. I smiled back, but then realized that I forgot my math notebook at home, and with no words from me, he handed me a sheet of paper. This small act foreshadowed George's lifelong dedication to service. He volunteered at the local nursing home and animal shelter throughout high school and went on to join the military immediately after graduation. He always sought to help someone, anyone, and carried his light wherever he went. I remember our first date in the ninth grade was a picnic at our local park. He actually took a beer cooler instead of a picnic basket. You all know that George was Mr. Cool Guy in high school. He made turkey and cheddar sandwiches for us, and we swang on the kids' swing, and we played tag and had our first kiss. We didn't realize what time it was until it was dark, and we realized we were the only ones left after 5 hours. He mentioned that he wanted to be a dad one day and would never want to divorce, since his parents were also divorced. I knew he would have been an amazing father based on how fatherly and kind he was to his brother Matthew, who was 5 years old at the time and who couldn't quite comprehend the magnitude of a divorce. George was the type of partner anyone would be lucky to have. He was kind, sweet, charismatic, charitable, optimistic, even when the world was collapsing around him. And he was colorful, a true toucan in a forest of ravens and crows. And I know that some of you looked at me like I was a crazy woman when I arrived at a funeral in a colorful dress, but I know it's what George would have wanted. He'd tell me to turn that frown upside down. So I'd like to say to you, my love, wherever you are, I love you with every fiber of my being. I love you now, and I will continue to love you when we see each other again. I know that the drunk driver who cut your experience short will be brought to justice, but I also know that George would have wanted us to forgive him. I'm happy to know that you're experiencing a new beginning. When you proposed to me, I knew that I was ready to start a new beginning with you. Though we'll never be married at this time in our lives, just know that your warm smile, your beautiful eyes will live on in a way you would have never imagined. I actually discovered that I was pregnant a few days ago, everyone. I know that I'll have the support of both of our families, and I'm happy to know that your energy is still with us, but only in a different configuration. George, memories of you will continue to dance around in my heart until the music stops. I love you, and I'm happy to be a part of the celebration of your life. Thank you.